We need a cold open of some sort, so let's do some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
Hmm.
Bullshit.
Yeah. This is hard to do when it's not organic. Hey, friendo, how's your randomness going?
You know what?
Uh-huh.
Times are tough.
I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil look me in the eye and I'll look the other way. What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway and you. I'd rather be drunk with you.
Hey, Internet! Highway 47 back again, and we're wrapping out this shit pile of a TV series, Star Trek Lower Decks, tonight. I am Shaggy B. With me is Dracofunk.
I'm here, the ever-present Dracofunk.
The ever-faithful and ever-flowing Dracofunk.
I hope I'm not ever flowing. That might be messy.
Well, you know, I suppose I shouldn't have outed you on that one, but, you know, it's just, you know, life happens, I guess. And speaking of outing things, before we get into this episode, at the tail end of episode 9, I noticed something that upset me. And Dracofunk and I were talking about it a bit before we started this episode, because we did a little research. And it sounded for all the world to me like they put one of the main characters on screen in the middle of the episode, in the center of the frame, with no ambiguity, talking almost directly to the camera, after watching two people of the same gender share a moment of emotional intimacy, and then that main character used a homophobic slur out loud with a bleep over it for a laugh, and that made me angry, as, you know, it tends to. Now, we've each done some looking, and I still think that it's a pretty poor choice to leave it in there, regardless of whether it was intended to be that way, because how, you know, and granted, Dracofunk, you said when you saw it, you didn't take it that way, but it's pretty easy to see how someone could, you know?
Well, once you said it, I can totally see that. I did, in the moment, it did not strike me that way.
Right. So you know, we saw it differently. You and I did, and so I think we each did some quick Googling because we recorded that just a few minutes ago, and I found a tweet from the person who wrote that episode who showed an unbleeped clip, and the word in question was apparently recorded as a different F word. However, it's an animated series. It's not like you can read lips and tell that and all that. And they bleeped everything but the beginning of the letter F. So, to me, that's not a good enough answer. I don't think that excuses it. Dracofunk, what did you find?
I found the same thing, that it was the word that I thought it would have been the first time. And I kind of agree with you. I'll play devil's advocate. I could see myself doing something this idiotic and then you pointing it out to me later.
Well, sure, and that's one thing, right? Like if you write it and it happens and somebody goes, do you see what happened there? And then you stop it from being released as a finished, polished, you know, final product from a huge team of people and a production company with a 120-year history of producing things for film and TV. That's a little different. You know, if you and I did that, as you know, even as part of Highway 47, and somebody pointed out to us, we would immediately take ownership, right? And we would say, "Oh, we didn't intend that. We're sorry. We'll fix it." Right? At least they didn't do that either. So, but yeah, no, I could totally see, you know, and I would understand if it was like this guy did a thing on his own and had nobody double checking him. Sure, I'll give him a mistake there, but no, this is CBS Studios, right? This is like their flag. I'm really got to be careful myself. Their flagship franchise. Like this is the franchise that launched their streaming service. Like they bet the farm on Star Trek, right? For better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not even taking ownership. Like, oh no, she didn't actually say that. It's not actually bad. I'm flashing back to the N-word debate. From 10 or 15 years ago, which seems stupid now, but oh well, if there's an A at the end instead of ER, then it's not mean. Remember when people used to actually say that? And
Unfortunately.
yeah, like don't be that. Don't be that level of insensitive and unaware. Like, no, that's not okay. And for Star Trek, which A preaches progress, or at least used to, not anymore apparently, and B has a history of homophobia. Remember the Next Generation episode where the first time we got introduced to the Trill, and there's the romance between the male Trill and Dr. Crusher, and then the symbiont gets put into a female body, and suddenly Crusher announces for the whole world to see that humans have put this behind them and decided to be more civilized than to have homosexual relationships and things like that. Like, no, you got to do better than that, guys. You have to. And it's like, and hey, I'm trying to give this a chance. Like, I really am. I mean, I go into this and it's maybe 30% an act that I'm like, reluctant to watch this shit. Like, I mean, really, like gloves are off here. Okay. Like I want to know what this is. I want to have seen it. I want to experience it. I want to enjoy it. There are parts of it that have been fun, but then they do something like this. No. Ah. So let's get this done. Let's finish this series. Unless you have any more to say about it.
I mean, I agree. It's unfortunate that they would have that misunderstanding.
Yeah. And it's it's another black mark. It's another like Star Trek needs to be re-earning its audience now. Star Trek, I mean, look at the Discovery has been rough and rocky. Picard was, middling. They don't have a whole lot in the bank right now. They don't have a whole lot of reasons for people to stick around and see through a big mistake like that. They got to do better. And I just don't know what else to say about it besides just.
Hey, well, we have this episode 10, No Small Parts, aired October 8th, 2020.
What were you doing on the 8th of October? Which was a Friday, wasn't it?
No, that was
it was a Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, I'd suck at adding calendar dates.
Yeah, we recorded Jan Gary 2000
on the Thursday.
No, on the Friday.
On the 9th. Okay, on Friday the 9th.
Yeah, we didn't finish till the 10th. But yeah, Jan Gary 2001 was a 2.6.
And it fought for every 10th. See, that's a movie that tried, If you told me that the author of Star Trek Lower Decks, the person who created this series and wrote the episodes and all that, is trying to kill off the franchise after what I watched a few minutes ago, I would completely believe you. I would completely believe you.
Well, this episode has an IMDb rating of 9.
9 point what?
1.
9.1. Okay, well, we'll see. I mean, I
have not seen this. I've been waiting for you.
All right. Well, let's do it.
I've heard that this was not just a good episode, it was a good Star Trek episode. Somebody used that word.
Well, we'll see. What's the title again? I forgot already.
No Small Parts.
No Small Parts. All right. Well, let's get it over with. You ready to go?
I am.
All right, this is Star Trek Lower Deck Season 1, Episode 10, No Small Parts, and we're starting it together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
TV 14 for language and violence.
All right.
Now the baked-in ad.
Why didn't we come up with that like 20 episodes ago? I remember Beta 3. Oh, hey, I like that they use a still from the animated series as their historical picture. That's pretty good. Do not obey. Oh, gee. You do something reprehensible and then barely apologize, and that doesn't solve everything? Huh, I'll be goddamned! God damn it. No. Maybe explain what the spiky thing does before you give it to a little kid? I don't know.
Nah, I got one without knowing.
Eh.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Oh God. Uh. Uh. Uh.
Well,
That's kind of funny.
that is kind of funny. Why does it have to be kind of funny and really infuriating and not kind of infuriating and really funny? Why? Spock!
Remember how Captain Kirk fights?
Yeah. That's really funny. Like that going to his head and actually trying out the Shatner dropkick in a bar fight.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just kind of fell on his ass, and the guy was like, whatever, and just like left.
Huh.
Soul Fang.
I want a Federation ship named Soul Thing.
Soul Fang. Thang.
I said Fang, Fang, but No, I kind of want one. So, what?
No, not perfect anymore.
No. Uh.
That's not good. That's really
that-
not good. Hooray! Yep.
uh,
Oh my god.
uh,
Oh my god.
uh,
Hmm.
Oh God.
Steve.
uh.
Sequoia, handwritten.
uh. Oh.
Aw.
Oh, another Bajoran.
Hey, maybe I could have some medical attention. I can has essential life-saving treatment.
Uh.
Oh. Was that a body they just hit?
Uh. Uh.
Maybe contact the Titan? Now would be a great time to contact the Titan.
Uh.
They just wanted the port in a cell. That's all they wanted.
Commercial break.
We.
I mean, you know. Oh God, it's a pack
Oh
led.
God, it's the pack lids. Well, they weren't. I like the Star Trek Online take on the pack lids that I ran into.
I don't think I ever ran into him.
Yay! Yeah.
But don't they have phasers?
Oh, they didn't get to the armory.
Hmm.
He shouts pack lead.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Uh. Hmm.
No doors in this.
I can see a Bajorn acting like that.
Yeah, me too.
Uh.
Ow.
Oh. Uh.
Well, you've got warm warp to sell. That ought to be good for something, right? Commercial break.
We're back.
Mm-hmm. Ah. It's a ship with weapons. Well, that was better than Riker's cameo in at the end of Picard when the Titan showed up to save everybody. You know how the other Star Trek series where the same thing happened.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Hey, remember when Riker acted like that? Wait. Boomler. Hi, Jen. Because there's nobody named Jen on any ships.
Oh God.
God,
God.
fuck. Remember when Riker did that all the time in Star Trek? Remember that? Okay. And an ad for Discovery, which I'm not watching. Okay, that's enough of that.
Closing thoughts.
That was the best episode they could have made after everything else they did in the past 9 episodes. Had a lot of good stuff in it. Wrapped up a lot of things.
Can we? Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Oh, can we stop putting Riker in every Star Trek series?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was in Deep Space Nine.
And if we do, could we actually make him Riker?
Was he in Voyager?
I
I know Troy was in Voyager. I don't remember if Riker was in Voyager.
don't think Riker was in Voyager now.
Was Troy in Enterprise? She was in the last
Yeah, she was in the finale.
So that means I don't remember Troy being on Deep Space Nine.
Her mother was.
Well, yeah,
Was she in the pilot for Deep Space Nine, or was that just Picard?
it was just Picard.
Okay.
I know Riker was in Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, Picard.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense for him to be in Picard. We can give him that one. Like, that's logical. It's about Jean-Luc Picard, so yes, it would make sense that William Riker is in it.
Technically, William Riker wasn't in Deep Space Nine.
It was Tom. Yeah, no, I agree with you. We don't need Riker. We didn't need the Titan. We didn't need. It was cool, but it was the same ending as Picard, except I would say with better effects, but it's animated. So that's not really a comparison. And not actually behaving like Riker.
He behaved more like Riker in.
Yeah, in Picard, yeah.
Oh,
I don't.
This is for like my children who grew up watching Star Trek with me, so they can have their own thing that kind of reminds them, and I can sit down and watch it with him.
Yeah.
Now, if he was like 4 years older.
Only 4 with all the swearing and the sex jokes and the
6 years older.
Yeah, at least. I mean, it said TV 14, and
8 years older.
I mean, I'm not saying that the rating systems are exact and that there are no children who are who should be flexible on those things, but does this really seem like, is this something that you would be Like, would you buy this on DVD? You know, assuming that was still the way you did things, would you buy this on DVD and give it to like a 8th grader? I don't know that I would. You know.
I don't know that I would, but at the same time, I would have watched this in 8th grade.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's not like you wouldn't kick an 8th grader out of your house if you caught him watching it or something like that. I mean, it's no worse than South Park, but why does that have to be Star Trek?
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Don't watch this. Now that it's done, we can officially say,
Now that you've watched every episode.
don't watch this.